Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to Ben, one of my Patreon supporters. Thanks for your support. One of my subscribers wanted to see what the other Antiquity bosses would look like, since my video only showed one of the bosses, the big Gonjaro. So we're going to take on this one first, which is the end of the, I guess, Dogu Funeral Cavern back in the storyline. Just like usual, the shell is actually weak to blunt, and so we're going to damage it with wind as well as with blunt. And with my team, clearly we can clear it with just one half bar AF. Now, I will also like to note that I did switch out Amy for Azami for future runs of Antiquity, and I will say that that is much more useful in taking down bosses. So if you haven't already, make sure you switch out Amy for Azami, especially if you do have enough light for 360. Now, just like the storyline, the core is now exposed and is only vulnerable to magic attacks. Now, the problem here is that you can see that its AoE does cause confusion to all your members, and there is some RNG luck here, because if it attacks itself, like in this case, Gary attacked himself, we lose access to our magical attacks. Now, that being said, Azami Slash still does work, but now we also lost Tsubami. And I will say this would be one of the more frustrating bosses. That being said, if your RNG is relatively normal, or you feel like equipping a Confusion Resistance badge, you can do so. And I still do have 3 characters, and I know it's not that elegant, and you've heard that before, but you know, this is what happens when sometimes the game has these kind of weird, gimmicky mechanics. So there you go, all done. I would say that out of the 3 bosses, I would probably avoid this one if I could. In present day, I actually always avoided Suzaku, being that I didn't bring any water team DPS. So, you know, it's okay to actually only be tailored towards 2 of the bosses. Now, remember that the big Gonjaro is weak to earth, so obviously Tsubami can handle that for the most part. In this case, the Sacred Beast starts off with Wind Zone. So you're not going to target the head, you're going to target the main body. And so I'm going to first turn set up with the VC from Aldo, and the reason for that obviously is to boost power. The physical resistance doesn't come into play because all of the Sacred Beast's attacks are magic. And then that being said, our first turn is going to start with Demonic Thrust as well as Culmination Winds to lay wind resistance debuff. And then we're just going to keep on going over and over and over again, and being that I have enough Grasta and enough damage, 2-turn finish. So the Sacred Beast is actually very, very easy, provided you do have a Suzette with good Grasta and an Azami with good Grasta. The other 2 are more for support, and obviously, like I said, you do need them while wandering through, you know, the rest of the dungeon as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.